Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Thursday, and we've got some stuff to talk about. We're going to be reviewing the first two episodes of the new Star Wars Skeleton Crew series, so let's jump right into it. Alright everybody, so we gotta talk about Star Wars Skeleton Crew, because normally when you have a Star Wars TV show or series, it sort of takes its plot from old samurai movies and sort of leans into that, the Jedi Knight being the samurai, and it has a lot of that in the plots. However, this show takes everything like that and spins it in a completely different way. This show takes us back to those 80s child adventure movies like Goonies, like E.T., and those types of things. And it does it in an extraordinary way. The whole thing is very reminiscent of those movies, especially of Goonies and E.T., because this show really does lean into those elements. And not just that, it's got a hint of Treasure Island, too. And not to mention a little bit of Peter Pan, if you really want to think about it. So with all those things, this is a completely different Star Wars than we're used to. Now, I'm going to be giving you my review of the first two episodes, and I have to warn you that there will be spoilers. You can't really talk about these first two episodes without giving spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, stop the video, go ahead and watch it, and then come back and watch our video, and let's have a conversation. Go ahead, we'll wait right here. With that being said, it opens up on a planet called Aden. And Aden is a strange little planet that sort of resembles 80s Earth. And that's okay because we don't get a lot of planets in Star Wars that actually resemble Earth. So that is a lot of fun right there too. And 80s Earth makes it even more fun, at least I think so. And a lot of people who have been reviewing the series have thought so too. It is a lot of fun. So the first episode is called This Could Be a Real Adventure. And it follows the planet of Aden with Wim and his friend Nil. And Nil is absolutely adorable. Nil is this little elephant-like creature, but he's not an elephant creature like Max Rebo was. He is a completely different species, we're told. And a lot of fans don't like that, but a lot of fans still find him absolutely adorable, and he is adorable in this series. Now, they prepare to take some aptitude exams to determine their future. Wim implies that he wishes to be a Jedi, and this is notable because we also see him at some points playing with Jedi action figures. So he's actually playing with action figures the same way that Elliot was playing with action figures in the E.T. movie. And he ends up missing the test. And when he misses the test, he finds what he believes is a Jedi temple hidden on their planet. Well, he goes in, and of course he gets called into the principal's office for missing the test. While he's sitting there, there is another kid. And this other kid, Fern, overhears him talking about a Jedi temple. After she asks him what he's in for, he had said that he was in for missing the test. But she overhears him talking about a Jedi temple. Now, he gets told that he can retake this test. However, that's not going to be a thing. That is not going to be a thing because he is going to have to take this test with a disadvantage. And then it's also not going to happen because him and his friend Nil are going to go exploring and find this Jedi temple. Unbeknownst to them, Fern and her friend KB are there as well, and they want to explore this. While they go aboard and they find out that it is in fact an abandoned spaceship. So now they're in this abandoned spaceship. They find that it is old and decrepit. It looks horrible. And they decide to touch a couple buttons, of course, as kids do. And oops, now the ship takes off and they are in space. Of course, Wim's father sees this and he is not too happy about this. But he's just happy his kid makes it on the ship and is able to take off, because for a second it doesn't really look like he's going to. And that's where the first episode ends, with them lost in space. they've broken this barrier, which apparently is a whole thing that is against the rules on their planet. Now, it is the second episode, way out past the barrier, that sees the story really pick up, because the kids meet a droid on this ship. The droid's name is SM-33, and SM-33 is kind of a code for Smee. Peter Pan, Smee. If you don't know who Smee is, he is Captain Hook's right-hand man, automatically giving the viewers the nod that these are pirates. These are pirates who have left this ship behind. Now, what happens next is that Fern convinces SM-33 that she is the captain. And this is a good thing, because it actually ends up saving their lives, because now he's going to be loyal to them. And when they're lost in space, she needs that loyalty because they don't know where they're going to end up. She tells him to take them to an outpost because their planet apparently is not on any of the maps of the galaxy. That's right, they live on a planet that is not on any maps of the galaxy. Another big red flag as to the identity of their planet, as to exactly what the plot of this is. And he takes them to an outpost, but he takes them to an outpost that has pirates on it, unbeknownst to them. They start to communicate with these pirates, asking questions about how to get home and such, and they end up giving them coins. Well, their coins do not equate to the regular coins that these people are used to seeing. This takes place somewhere along the time of Mandalorian, somewhere after the original trilogy, and that's kind of cool because this is not the coins that these people are used to seeing. So this is a big red flag. And then they find out that their planet is supposedly this legendary planet where there is a treasure hidden on. So now we have the plot of this. And these pirates proceed to throw these kids in the brig. It is here that we get the glimpse of our Jedi, if you can call him a Jedi. We don't know exactly what he is yet, but it is Jod Nahwood, and he offers to help them if they agree to help him. He says he could get them out of there. He proceeds to do what they haven't been able to do by using the Force to get the keys and unlock the cell. Now they are ready for their escape. And that is where we leave off our characters for this next episode. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if he is a Jedi. But now that we have that out of the way, that is why I said we couldn't do this without spoilers. Because so much of this series relies on these plot points, on these things. And what do I think is going to happen next? I think that we're going to get to see possibly a betrayal here. I don't think that this guy is a Jedi, but if he is, that would be cool, because I am 100% down for more Jedi stories. I don't think that the Jedi Knights should have ended with Luke Skywalker. I think that other Jedis could have survived the Purge and potentially trained other people, because we know a lot of Jedi survived the Purge. That's always been something that people have complained about, the possibility that other Jedi survived the Purge, and they're saying it's overkill because originally it was only supposed to be a handful of Jedis, and now we've got like 10, 12, 13 different Jedis. I think that with all the Jedis across the galaxy, that Purge was much too big to kill even 40% of them. I think that we have a lot more Jedis out there that just kind of went into hiding, and I'm 1,000% down for them to utilize this. So I really do hope that Wim gets to train as a Jedi, but I don't think that's the case. I think that this guy is sort of a trickster, that he is sort of something else, but it is potentially cool that we could see these kids move on, because this being sort of this kid's show makes it really plausible that these kids could move on into other things. This brings in an entirely new audience of Star Wars fans, which is always a good thing. When you're dealing with new Star Wars fans, you have the potential of them growing into different things within the series. So kids that might not have ever seen the original Star Wars movies then go back and watch, and they figure out all this lore, and they figure out how much they love it. And this brings them in. So these characters could have a long way to go in terms of adventures, and that would be really cool. I don't think that they stay on any sort of space travel for very long. I think definitely by the end of the season, they're going to be back on their planet and they're going to find the treasure. I think that's where this is heading. I think the pirates are going to chase them back to their planet, and I think they're going to end up battling these pirates for this treasure. And that's got to be the way this goes. So we already kind of have established where the series should go, where it could go. And I really enjoyed this series a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I urge you to check it out if you haven't. Of course, if you've watched this long, I hope that you have watched it so you didn't get any major spoilers. But that being said, I think that this has a lot of potential because not only did it change the narrative of what we're used to in the Star Wars universe, it has actually given us something new and exciting that could bring in a whole new generation of fans, which is never a bad thing. But that is where I am going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys think about this. Are you excited about the series? Are you not excited about the series? Did you watch it? What did you think? As always, we want to hear from you guys. So make sure you are leaving us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Also, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this conversation as well. And then don't forget to hit that like button. It's free. It helps the channel. We really do appreciate it. And Miko says we need more subscribers. Look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And then, friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows that fandom is family.